Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my second video in JavaScript Simplified video series, and today we'll talk about generators. What are generators in JavaScript and where do we use them? We will understand this with some code examples as well. So let's get started. So what is a generator? A generator is simply a process that can be paused, that can be resumed, and that can yield multiple values. Simple as that. And let's understand this with some code. So let's create a generator function. We can simply do that with function keyword. All we have to do is put an asterisk in front of function keyword and we can give it any name we want. I'll use my name, and the thing is we can pause this function, we can resume it function multiple times. Let's see how we do it. So I'm writing some piece of code. So this is like step 1, and the most important thing you have to notice here that we'll be using yield keyword. Yield, and we can return any value with it. And let's add a step 2 here. Again, console to keep it simple. And we'll put, sorry about the typo guys. Now we'll use one more yield. Let's say we'll return 2 here. Let's add one more, last one, just to understand it better. Step 3. So the way it will behave is it will execute this code, whatever code it will receive right before this yield, and then with next step it will execute all the code that there is inside this first yield and second yield, and it will continue doing so until the last yield has been received. So the trickiest part is we cannot call this generator function directly because it simply returns the prototype. So what we have to do, we have to create a generator object out of it. So how do we do that? We have to simply create an object, and by simply doing that we can do it. And with object, this object has 3 methods which we call generator methods as well. One is next, second is return, and third one is throw. Now next method is most powerful and most important here, because if we execute it one time it will run the step 1 of code. If we execute it second time it will execute the second step of code, and it will keep on doing so every time it has been executed. Now there's one thing to notice here. This is what we console, and this is the value that has been returned by yield. So yield returns an object that has the value that has been returned and a done parameter as well. So done parameter tells us that there is some more yields to be executed in this function, and when all the yields has been executed and when we try to run this next function, we return done as true and value as undefined. Now let's try to understand return and throw here. So let's try to modify that function, generator function we created. What if so the thing with return keyword is it behaves same way with normal functions and generator functions. If you put a return here, any code beneath it won't be usable, and also get a warning for that. Unreachable code after return statement. So this is the work. This is where it is usable. If you do not want to execute the code any further, we can simply use return there. Now there is another method, that is throw. Let's put throw here at step 2. Let's do it after this console. Throw, and we'll throw an error, let's say an error. Now let's create a new object, obj1 from Sahil, and let's try to run it with next method that we have. We are simply receiving step 1 value 1 done false. Let's try to execute it again, and there we get an error. So throw simply returns an error, and with a message, whatever message we give it. And let's try to run it again. Now the value is undefined because it has received a return parameter here, return keyword here, and it won't execute the code any further. And no matter how many times we use the next function, we won't be able to execute the code beneath it. So hope you're clear with the concept of yield, return, and throw, and you also know that how to use next method now, and what is generator object, what is generator method. So now we know what are generators, what is next method, what is generator object. So the question is, where do we use them now? So let's find out. In JavaScript, generators are basically used as iterators. They walk us through all the values of a series, array, objects. Today we'll create a generator function to walk us through all the values of Fibonacci series. Let's start. We'll create a function, generator function with an asterisk. We'll call it FIB, short form for Fibonacci. Now we'll create two variables to start with, and one. Now we'll create a never-ending while loop because we want to iterate all the values of Fibonacci series. Now we will simply yield A. We'll swap the values and update the values now. I'll take a placeholder with values A initially, and now replace A with B, and now I'll replace B with A plus B, that will be B plus A, and that's it. So let's try to run this. We'll create an generator object, obj. Now we know that object dot next will return an object that will contain values and a done parameter, so we'll simply use value here. So the first value of Fibonacci series is 0, the next one is 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, and that's how simple and powerful it is. We can use it inside a loop now to iterate over n number of values, and that's how we use iterators, and that's how we can create our own iterators as well. Using the generator function, we can create unique IDs or simple incrementing values. Thank you. In this video, we talked about generators in JavaScript. Hope you guys liked it. Please like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. And if you have any doubts, please ask in comment section. I will try to reply to all the comments.